Welcome back everyone, and today I'm very excited to show all 4 Monster High dolls that currently released from the Real Drama series. I managed to snag all of these from Target. They had various drops throughout last week and the week before, and I was very vigilant and managed to snag 2 of each. Now I don't want 2 of each doll, nor do I actually want Laguna, to be quite honest. I was mainly going for Draculaura, but she was the one that was hardest to get, so I ended up buying Frankie, Laguna, and Claudine as kind of like a backup. If I ended up not being able to get Draculaura, I figured I might as well get one of them at least. And Target only does free shipping if you buy more than one, in addition to packing it in a box. I was very afraid because of what I was seeing on social media. People's single purchases were getting crushed because they were being delivered in a bubble mailer or just like a simple bag. I didn't want that to happen to me. I don't think it's unreasonable to expect stores to ensure that something you buy reaches your house without any damage, especially if it's something like this. It may just be a doll, but you know, would you really want your kid to have to open up a crushed box versus one that's pristine? So that's why I ended up getting 2 of each. I am giving one Draculaura to my friend as well as Laguna. I have another friend who loves her, and I will be giving one of the Lagunas to her. So at least they won't all be either being returned to Target, or I'm going to see if I can just sell them online. Sell them back to other fans who were unable to get them. So for this video, I think I'm just going to open Draculaura. Once I open her, I'll see how I feel if I want to open Frankie or Claudine, because I'm still unsure if I really want to keep one of them. I already have a Claudine doll, and I much prefer her outfit versus her regular outfit in this one. But I've never owned a Frankie, and I do like her outfit, so I'll see if I want to open her up. So to give y'all some idea of what Monster High is, it was this doll line that released back in early, I want to say in the 2010s actually, because I was more or less already in high school by the time it released, if not late middle school. I saw them in the stores and I really liked them, to be quite honest, but I'm a cheapskate when it comes to dolls. So when I got up to them and I saw the construction of their outfits, it just didn't seem worth it to me, so I never ended up buying any, with the exception of some Freak de Chic dolls that I own that I ended up getting at like Ross or on discount or something. Those are the only 2 Monster High dolls I ever bought, and I do regret that now because I did always want Draculaura, but I didn't like pink, to be quite honest. This type of pink is more, I guess it's darker. It's more saturated, but it's definitely a darker shade, so I much prefer it. Also, all of these dolls, the theme is black and white. You may have noticed it with the old school movie theming all around the boxes, which are gorgeous, by the way. I love the spider webs. I love the traditional Monster High theming. Just really digging into that spooky vibe versus the new gen. And of course, these have the older bodies that are elongated. Everyone more or less has the same body type with some modifications to match their monster theming. For example, Laguna has webbed hands and some fins on her legs, and I believe her ears are webbed as well. She has very aquatic features. Oh gosh, she's really pretty actually. Maybe I will open her. Oh my goodness. This is too many dolls though. I don't want to own this many dolls, especially since I'm planning to get the Holiday Draculaura, which looks amazing. It reminds me a lot of the collector's doll that released not too long ago. Well, actually that was years ago. And I was eyeing that one too for a long time, and I just never got her. But Frankie also has some bolts because she is the daughter of Frankenstein. And then Claudine has little ears on her head, which are really cute. She's the one that I feel like I really don't, I kind of want to open her because she's purple and I love purple, but I just don't care for her outfit. And again, I already have one of her that's kind of black and white as well, because her doll for that line was a more black and white theming. So I love their hair though. It's so long. It's longer than their base dolls, so that's fun. So I'm just going to go ahead, push all of these to the side, and open up Draculaura, the one that I really, really wanted. So once again, here's a good look at her box. It says Monster High on the top with an arrow pointing to the little rip in the back. And then all these film reels. Now, if you want to preserve the box, you do have to be careful because this is a very fragile box. Hence why a lot of people were receiving theirs all completely crushed. I was never one to really leave the doll in the box. I did consider it with my Freak de Chic dolls because the boxes were so cool. I love the artwork on them. But what I ended up doing is just preserving the artwork that was here, which they don't have on this one, which I'm a little sad about. But I guess it's because they give you a poster to compensate. Otherwise, I would have just kept the art box. So here is the poster. It's really cool. It's on a thick, well, not that thick cardstock paper. The front of which is matte, the back of which feels very smooth and glossy, which is interesting. But definitely gonna frame this, and I love that they included this with it. Now to get her out of her box. Oh. I've been watching a lot of Monster High collector videos recently to anticipate the release of this line. So I've learned some tips about removing the dolls from their boxes. Especially if you want to do it in a careful way. I don't think I'm going to keep the box, to be quite honest. I thought about it because I saw some people display her in the box. If you just take the plastic off and use the poster as a backdrop, it looked really cool, but I just don't have the space for something like that. I'm definitely just going to put her on her base, which she does come with, which is really nice because the newest dolls do not come with bases. That I think it's terrible. Oh, what's there? Here's the bases that they come with. They're in a metallic gray with a clear stand and this frosted plastic holder. I'm pretty familiar with that. My other dolls had a similar one. Now, I thought this was cute. She comes with her own miniature version of her poster, so she can hold it. That's really cute. Oh my goodness. I love her. She is so cool. Gotta twist her arm around so it can come down. Oh gosh. She has very stiff limbs. Yeah, really stiff. At least that shoulder. There we go. Okay. That one comes down. Yeah, her limbs are super stiff. I wonder if I could put a tiny little bit of grease or oil in there just to loosen them up. Never mind, crisis averted. I managed to pull it down. And once you loosen them up, it's not so bad, but they are very stiff. Like, wow. They're hanging on there for dear life. She has pink eyes with some dark smoky eye makeup and her iconic stamp, heart-shaped stamp on her left cheek. Her hair is so long, and I am definitely going to try out the whole boil water technique that I've been seeing people do. A lot of doll collectors apparently do this right when they get dolls. They will boil wash, which means just putting your doll hair in some boiled water and just let it soak in there for a bit, and then when they pull it out, they'll try and comb through it, and it apparently makes well, first of all, it straightens the hair. And if you comb the hair beforehand, it removes all the tangles and your doll's hair will be left silky smooth. I've been meaning to try that with the Honey Swamp. Is it Honey Swamp? No, it's a Twyla. The Twyla Freak de Chic doll that I have, because her hair is like a ball of curls. She more or less has an afro. And the back of it has been ruined by the box and I just never fixed it. And I've been wanting to so she could look her best. But I'm definitely going to try that. But anyway, Draculaura has some safety pin earrings. Her hair is really gelled. That was another reason a lot of people like to boil wash their doll hair, is to remove the gel. They just don't like the texture of it. Now, I am afraid to do that just because I feel like I would ruin her bangs. But it is a very common technique that people use. I am noticing now that she has some wonkiness to her face. It's like slightly off kilter. And this pupil is a lot smaller than this one. But for the most part, that's not something that really bothers me. Like a lot of people, I've noticed that really intense doll collectors will look at each doll in the store to pick the best one. And I understand that if it's like very significant changes. I tried to do that when I found G3 Draculaura at Walmart, and I just really honestly couldn't tell. With the exception of some that had some like extra paint on the side of their face. I won't notice her wonk while she's on the shelf, so I'm fine. I love that her lips are black with her little fangs. She has her iconic necklace, which is a plastic piece. Then this little ascot little ruffle thing. Then she has her vest or top, has the silver stitching. looks like silver, actual silver thread, then some metallic gray buttons. Then we have her skirt with some black stitching, her tights that go below the knee, fishnet tights, love that. And then her boots are so cool, and they're all gray. I might fill in this heart just because I feel like it would add a pop of more detail. I don't know why they didn't just fill it up to add more black. Or maybe some white, because she's really missing some white down here. But then here's her shoes. Or the bottom of her shoes, her soles, are painted in a metallic silver. And she has some kind of insignia on the back. Or I don't know if that's just like a manufacturing thing. But so cool. I love, again, how long her hair is. And I love this style of hair that they did on her where it's black, but she has about 3 lines of pink on each side. So when it comes down to her ponytails, it looks really cool. But I'm going to move them so y'all can see the back. It's all Velcro. And her skirt goes all the way back, Velcro as well. This is my first ever Draculaura doll that I've ever gotten, and I'm so happy to finally own her, and in a style that I really liked, because I've always had an issue with how much pink she had, and I don't hate pink, but it's not my preference of color. So even though she was everything else that I liked, vampire, very cute, I just never bought her because she had a lot of pink, but now I own a version of her that I really, really love. So here's the little pet that she comes with. I am sad that they come with their pets but not their accessories. I really wish she had her umbrella. I would have traded her pet for her umbrella, to be quite honest. But he is cute. This is Count Fabulous, and he looks very different from the G3 version. The G3 version very much looks like Littlest Pet Shop is the toy line that I was thinking of, where they have giant heads and smaller bodies. They have a chibi style, more or less. He is very decorated though, and has way more detail. Looks a lot cuter. But I love Count Fabulous. He's so cute. The simplicity is what really gets me. And he's wearing a little silver bow. That's cute. And what looks like a little white and silver sweater with hearts on it. So cute. So I'm going to put her on her base. I tried to pose her with her poster. That's the best I could do. Her limbs really are very stiff. So, and her clothing gets in the way. Her little top and bottom fishnet part of the outfit kind of gets in the way of posing them when you turn the limbs. But other than that, I love her. She's great. Again, I might fill in a couple areas with some more black just so that it looks a little more matching on the bottom, but otherwise she is such a cool doll, and props to the designer for what they did because it looks amazing, and I'm so happy I managed to get them and all that hype. And now time to open my Frankie Stein doll. I did think about making a separate review for her, but I just kind of want to combine all the doll reviews into one, at least if they're related. So I ended up deciding to only open Draculaura and Frankie. I did return my 2 Claudines. I returned 1 Laguna and gave the 1 extra Draculaura and Laguna to some friends of mine. They really loved the dolls, and I'm really hoping that the ones I returned to Target went to good homes. But after thinking about it for a long time, I do really, really want a Frankie on my shelf, since I already have a Claudine, a Twyla, and 2 Draculauras. And I'm about to have a 3rd because my Holiday Draculaura should be coming today, and I'm so excited for it. But yes, let's get to opening Frankie. I am disappointed that, well, she's lighter than Claudine. Claudine was really, really heavy. It may have been her hair, or maybe just the type of the weight of her outfit or something. I don't know. But my initial plan with these dolls was to pin the back of the box, remove the plastic so you wouldn't see the glare, and then pin the actual box to the wall using just push pins. But it's quite heavy. I don't know if that would stay or be very safe to do that anymore. So I figured I'm just going to open them. And I got a frame ready for the posters, which are a very weird size. They're like 11.5 by like 8.5 size. It's very non-standard. At first I thought they would fit a standard certificate frame, but they don't. They're slightly bigger. A 9 by 12, I think a 9 by 12 frame is probably what you're going to need to look for, but I couldn't find any where I am. So since I'm going to keep 2 of these dolls instead of the 4, I figured I'd just get a frame that can fit both and then just mount them on that one frame. So it's a very similar packaging to the Draculaura, except it has all the Frankie artwork on it. It does come with the poster. And again, I'll put the size of the poster on the screen, that way you guys know what to look for if you want to find a frame. But the box itself is really cool. Then on the back it has a photograph of the doll. It says, "Totally shocking. Frankie Stein is stitched with style and this school is ready to make spark and limbs fly." And then it just says the same thing in different languages. It does have this on the bottom, which I thought was interesting because this seems to be like an internationally made box. They didn't make specific boxes for certain countries, which I've seen other doll companies do. But here's Frankie in the box. And once again, I know this is a combined review, but this is not a kids channel. I don't want it to be a kids channel. I don't advertise to children. If they end up watching my videos, okay, but there will be cussing every now and again. I am reviewing these dolls as an adult collector because they do have a large adult collector following. So, you know, YouTube, shut up. It's really sad that we have to say that now, because they've been flagging a lot of my old squishy videos a lot, even though I feel like the squishy reviews made by actual children versus my reviews were so starkly different, but they didn't care, even after I tried to make that argument. Okay, so let's see, did I get all of them? No, there's one. Oh, I missed one. Okay, well here's a look at what the back of her box looks like. It's really cool, a nice shade of blue with her peeking out at the top there. I thought that was funny. Oh, I forgot her base. She's got these little things on her hands too that you can't really remove without stretching her hand. So I just popped the hand out of the joint. There we go. There's a lot of dust on my table now, but this is Frankie. She's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I've always wanted a Frankie. I really have always liked her outfit. I do wish they had made her green. Her pop of color had been green, even in aquamarine, but I guess they used that on Laguna, that they wanted to use a blue instead. But I know she's blue in the G3, and that's kind of what makes me wish that she was green, because I liked Frankie being green in the original. I really did. But overall, her hair is so soft and long. I just opened my Demi Batista, and I can say that it's not as soft as Demi's hair. But I'm sorry for my chickens also. But ooh, her rooting is not the best. She's got pretty thin hair here at the top. She's got pretty thin hair overall, honestly. I can see her scalp pretty easily. I don't want to get into that much. Oh wow, she really is thinly rooted. Like, they didn't even try. But you can't really see it when her hair is down. It's just, if you tried to style her, you might start to see that scalp showing. Her legs are really loose. Wow. Draculaura's limbs were so hard to pose. But Frankie is pretty loose. I wouldn't say loose. Well, it's just definitely a lot looser. Like, it takes no effort to do this. Meanwhile, Draculaura was I was scared I was going to break her. It was so hard to pose her. But her articulation is really good. At least with Frankie, since she doesn't have a lot of stuff on her legs. I can show y'all how Monster High articulation is. So she's got the arm rotation, the elbow rotation. It does seem like it's a peg joint because the wrist is the same. She's got, oh, she has a bracelet. That's cute. But yeah. Oh, this arm is pretty stiff actually. So the arms can go out and in. It's just this one's a lot stiffer. Here's Watsit up close. Really cute. Little zombie dog. Then she also comes with her poster. Miniature poster for the doll to hold. It's in the cardboard. It's printed on cardboard. And then she comes with her base, which is clear plastic with a frosted waist piece. And then The bottom part, the base, has Monster High and a specific design. I don't think they all had this design. I could be wrong though. It may just be the same on all of them, but hers is in this gray color. At first I thought it was metallic or slightly shimmery, but I think it's just the coating of the paint that makes it look like that. It looks really nice though. And again, I like that they included a base. It's a real shame G3 doesn't have a base. I'm definitely going to try the whole boil washing thing on her hair because I hate this crinkle in her hair. But let me get to the details of Frankie, because this is my first ever Frankie doll, and I've always wanted one. I thought she was a cute character in the show as well on YouTube. So her makeup is for the most part fairly simple, but I like it. It's just gray eyeshadow with a hint of it on the bottom of her lashes. She's got the rockin' black lipstick and a little stitch on her cheek. Again, I wish her color pop had been green, but she has this really pretty shade of blue. It's only at the top, and I think, yeah, some parts of the bottom it's been rooted in. That's all she has, and then the rest is just black in this silver white color, which is really, really pretty. Even though I prefer green, this blue looks gorgeous on her, and the combination of her hair. Her hair is very tangled, so again, I'm going to try that boil wash method and see if I can get it to be silky smooth. She also has these skullet earrings. And then her outfit, she has her iconic bolt on her neck with the stitching printed on. She has stitches printed on her limbs as well. Her legs and her other arm. She also comes with this little bracelet that I never noticed before. It's just a little wristband with a stripe of black in the middle. And then she has rubber bands on her right hand as well, but I don't know if she's supposed to have an accessory there. I don't think so. The artwork doesn't show anything. But yeah, then her outfit is in this schoolgirl style punk dress. I love how she has a polka dotted tie, and then she has a skullet at the bottom. So the skullet is a plastic piece. The polka dots on the tie are actually a metallic paint printed on, it seems. She has stitch detailing with the fishnet sleeves, and then this plaid printed fabric, and it does have hemming and then some more fishnet underneath, but in white. So overall, I love the detail. Oh, and her belt, obviously. Her belt is super cool. It's studded all the way around, black and silver again. It's harder to see the silver against this black, but it is painted gray, the studs. And then her shoes are so cool. They remind me a lot of Beetlejuice with the stripes. They're just a nice, simple design that are really wearable. Like if they made a pair of shoes that look exactly like this, I definitely think they would sell. And not just to collectors, I think they would sell to the general market because they're such cool shoes. But overall, yeah, Frankie's gorgeous. I love her. I can't wait to pose her. Put her on my shelf next to my other ghouls. They're going to look so good because all the ghouls right now that I have are actually quite gray. Because the only other dolls I ever owned were the Freak de Chic, Claudine, and Twyla. And they were both part of the line that, it was just them, I think. But they made like a special series in that line of dolls that focused on them being more gray. So their color schemes are very similar to where their outfit for the most part is pretty grayish with pops of purple or blue for Twyla. And it just looks so good. So yeah, overall, really love Frankie. I'm so excited to own her. Her limbs do worry me because they are very loose, but I'm hoping that's not an issue. Oh, I just noticed she has a lightning bolt on her belt. Wow. I'm really bad at reviewing. But they do Velcro in the back, and she has some chain detailing on her belt too that's in the back that I didn't notice. So yeah, overall, these dolls are really detailed. I really love them. I'm happy to finally own kind of a G1 style Frankie doll, because a lot of her future outfits just weren't to my taste, so I'm glad to have gotten her original outfit. And although she is gray, she does have kind of a greenish tone to her plaid outfit. So they must have used a greenish tone gray, which I do like, which makes me kind of want her hair to be green again. But overall, she's a beautiful, gorgeous doll, and I love her. And that is it for my review of these Monster High Real Drama dolls. They are so cool. I absolutely love them. I'm glad I managed to get them when they dropped. It was very, very stressful, and I would not recommend it unless you absolutely want these dolls, which I know a lot of people do, so best of luck to y'all. They are popping up every now and again, so it seems like Mattel learned from the Creep Reductions at least a little. It's just they're selling out so much that they can't restock in time, but I'm hoping that they'll just keep restocking them in several shops until everyone, for the most part, gets them. I got mine from Target, but I know Walmart did drop them for a bit. The prices are fluctuating. They were originally $25.99 or $26.99, something like that, $26 overall. But I've been seeing them pop up at retail, quote-unquote retail price on Walmart for like $50, which is ridiculous. I don't think they're worth this much. It's just false scarcity with everyone going after them and trying to get them that it's causing all these price hikes, and it's a real shame that the retailers are kind of joining in. Do watch out to make sure that you are buying directly from the retailer, not a third-party seller, because Walmart does have that option on their website. Amazon also has them available every now and again, and for Canadian buyers, I believe I've seen online people are finding them in GameStop and other retailers, so you just got to keep an eye out. I would highly recommend joining the Monster High Reddit because people will post whenever they're available. So if you are still trying to get them, I would highly recommend just trying to keep updated through that Reddit and saving them on your Walmart and Target app because they do send notifications when they're in stock. Yeah, I would just recommend to be patient. If you absolutely want them right now, then there's always resellers, which is a shame you have to buy from. But from what I'm seeing, they're so prevalent in the aftermarket. Like a lot of scalpers are buying them in bulk and they're just not selling as fast. So you'll see them for about $50, which in my opinion is not too bad. In the aftermarket price. Maybe if you wait a little longer, there will be so many of them in the scalper market that they'll just keep dropping the prices until they're more affordable. But that's pretty much it. I also reviewed a G3 Draculaura during opening all these. Frankie waited for a while, but when I opened Draculaura, I also opened her G3 version. I don't know if I'm going to combine the reviews or just make her a separate review. I don't know. But here is all of them together. Very, very different, as you can see. But it's nice to see some variety. And I'm sure a lot of people love the idea of new body types being out on the market. So if you like G3, go for it. It's a lot cheaper than trying to find these. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.